Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of John with Juseyo, where we are discussing episode 9, yes, of Radiant Office. And don't mind the weird background noise on my side. We put in a fish tank, and I don't know how to calm my mic down. So I'm Sam, and on the other side is Morgan. And
Hi.
we are going to be recapping the episode and discussing all the feelings we have. And yeah, Morgan, you want to get us started?
Yeah, of course. So we ended the last episode with Kai Tak and also King Ho. I'm always want to call him King Ho, but I know it's not called King Ho. I think it's like, yeah, it is King Ho. I keep on saying King Dong for some reason. I don't know why. But King Ho and Kai Tak are basically drinking, and Kai Tak drinks a little bit too much,
A little.
and he accidentally calls, or he doesn't really accidentally, but he calls Hwe-Hyun and he's like, "You need to go to the hospital. Like, I will pay for this. I want you to live." And well, King Ho was like, "Dude, she doesn't even have her phone. Are you kidding me?" And so while Kai Tek's confessing all this thing of like you're sick, even if you have like an illness, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a death sentence. And who's on the other line? Well, it's our lovely Woo-Jin.
Jin, who's now like putting all the pieces together
Yeah,
of her freakouts and everything else, and like things start making sense to him, which is nice because it feels like everybody now has almost all the pieces of like at least Ho-Wan puzzle. So now he's not like weirded out about the fact that like she tried to resign one day and all that fun jazz.
yeah. Oh my god! But can we also? I just love the fact that um that when Kang Ho saw that someone had actually picked up the phone, he was like, "Oh my god, you're so drunk, High Tech. You do this shit all the time when we drink." And like, "Oh god, stop calling Ho-Won, stop being drunk." And like hangs up the phone because he's like, "Oh god, we made a terrible mistake. A terrible mistake."
Well, it just cracks me up because it's like, whatever Woojin, he knows that like he's trying to play it off. Like he's not stupid. He knows that he's trying to like cover for his drunk friend.
Yeah, yeah. I just like I just like the fact that how later on they all like Kai Tech and King Ho are trying to figure out who knew.
Hmm.
And I think that's like shows you what kind of great friends they are. The fact that they would like take that, like, because I know I've been friends with people before who've been shady, I've told them something or something, and it's got or I told them something, and then they've accidentally told someone else, and it's not like they put much effort in to stop a rumor from happening. But with them, they're like, we gotta stop this from going on. We gotta like find out who the person is, and to kind of stop it. Like
Which,
either
if we had to compare Missing Nine to this one, I would rather have these two as my secret agent people than Missing Nine. Because
yes,
at least they were a little bit better about how they went about it. They were a little sneakier. So that was nice to see that they weren't like as like obvious as to what they were trying to do.
yeah, yeah. Um, and I thought it was cute how they were both working together and be like, okay, it's not gonna be her, it's not him, it's not this person. Let's figure this out. Basically, something's happening with the sales team once again and the marketing team, and Manager Park is trying to. Basically, they're doing a survey,
Right. Yeah.
and they're doing a survey and you have like the marketing team against the sales team to kind of figure out who's gonna win. And I think they did like a survey of what, like, on their blog, being like, do you like cozy or do you like
Like
something
comfortable.
comfortable? And what happened though was Manager Park, being the shady person he is, he decided to call one of his friends, I think, and or
No, he hired a company,
oh, it's like a
a bunch of like
sub
part-time contracty people to like mass vote all of a sudden, like all at one time, just so they could win. Which, if you have to do it, you know your product's crap.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
he knew he had to get all these extra votes in just to make sure he was going to win. Like, yeah, that's shady.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Just accept the defeat. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he like all of a sudden their votes growing and he's like all cocky, and all of a sudden Woojin's team, their numbers start going up, and Manager Mark was like, "No, you're cheating, you're cheating, you're cheating," and he like goes in front of like the chairman, and he's like, or the CEO, um, and he's like, look at these numbers. They're all the same. Like they're all from the same IP address, and he's cheating. And I love the fact that Woojin like pops out, and he's like, actually, these are your numbers too, and they're the exact same. And he's like, I basically just hired the subcontractors that you hired to do your job because you cheated, so why not let me cheat too? And also
Right.
like the fact that Hoya, or not Hoya, shit, sorry, darn it, King Ho, King Ho went to Woojin to kind of talk about um, Hwe-Hyun and her illness,
Was it
and
Kang-ho? I thought it was Kai-Tak. He was
no,
like
it was maybe it was Kai-Tak. No, it was
because he
King
was
Ho.
underneath the
No, no, it was King Ho was the one underneath the table,
oh
and so King Ho overheard the fact that Manager Park was talking to these part timers or whatever to get them to vote for their thing on the survey, and so he overheard this whole thing, and he went back to Woojin and basically told Woojin to not make a big deal about it, or to not like basically let Hwan know and to respect her choices, kind of. And if he does that, he will give him something that, you know, will be beneficial towards Woojin, and which Woojin obviously takes. And he finds out that Manager Park is cheating. And it's kind of like a slap to the face to Manager Park to kind of be like, hey, you cheated. I found out you cheated. And now, like I'm going to call you out on that shit.
right.
And stuff like that. Oh, and there's things going on with the doctor, too. So, the doctor. Actually, do you want to talk about the doctor, or do you want me to talk about the doctor?
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Okay, so the doctor, we find out that the doctor is going to be closing its the hospital in like a week or two, and he kind of talks about how he's just upset with the fact that people like don't like him and don't trust him, and Hoan, like, I think the doctor, like, I like the doctor because the doctor's so complex. The fact that you think that he's this cute marshmallow, and then in reality, he's just like an onion full of layers.
The
But
doctor like is shady to me.
I love the doctor though because I love his character. I love the fact that, you know, he might be the villain in the story, but he's not out like a not like a Chow Tae-ho villain where he's gonna
Right.
murder you. Um, I'd hope not.
But I mean, he does have like this like he's holding something back. Like it always feels like he's like when they were eating the tteokbokki,
Mhm.
and he was like, my fourth stressor is a secret, and like, well, this hospital I just opened and spent all this money on is all of a sudden closing. He's got a brother we know nothing about, and like he's just sketchy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just me.
I think so too, but I just like his character because I find his character kind of unique and interesting to like watch. But yeah, I do think he's kind of shady character. Oh, Hoan and Woojin, they leave. I forget where they go, but they're going somewheres, and Hoan sees her school. He's like, and so they go to visit her school. Do you want to talk about that, Sam?
I loved this scene because you know what? The like jealousy monster started to come out when she ran into an old um college, I think it's her sunbae. So she runs into her old college sunbae, and she apparently they had like a really good relationship, and he's still in school, probably studying for a master's or whatever. Or no, like he couldn't find work, so he's still studying. Which, let's be honest, there's a lot of students who do that
Oh,
because
didn't she also say that he was going to be a lawyer too, or studying for the bar? I don't know. Maybe that's a different drama. So many dramas, so less
so many
time.
drops, so little time. But no, I loved like first of all for a cameo. Like I love like you could feel instant chemistry and like they were adorable together. And then with Woojin in the background, like, ugh, this is so gross. It's like, no, you're just jealous
Just being so awkward.
because clearly they have a relationship or at least a past, and like they're like super adorable, and he's like, ugh. Like this can't be happening. What is going on? And it's hilarious. I love that scene.
Yeah, and we also learned the fact that because I think like Woojin says something because we're sitting down eating sandwiches together, and Woojin says something about like, oh, you would think like this campus would be really busy with couples and stuff like that, and she's like, actually no, because in college we're working our butts off because we know whatever we can do, or we either like studying really hard or we're working really hard to get a job in the company, and I think that was kind of eye opening to Woojin too, because I feel, don't you think that Woojin has kind of lost his way a little bit, like at least in the beginning, where he kind of like he did come from a poor background. I'm
Hmm.
not quite sure if, maybe he's gotten scholarships and stuff kind of handed to him, but I don't really think so. So it's kind of interesting the fact that he would look down on Hwe-Hyun in the first couple of episodes because of the fact that she hasn't gotten accepted to any company, but also besides the fact that she works really hard and stuff like that.
Right. I think it's just more of a fact of like he's separated from it for like he's so separated from it. I don't think he remembers like you remember but you don't 100% remember everything you've gone through. So like he might remember the feeling of working hard, but he doesn't remember how hard he worked and he can't correlate that to Ho-Won working just as hard in college because he wrote her off from like day one as this like unemployable person with no skills whatsoever. And so therefore everything she does just is incompetent, I would guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, which is kind of sad. Oh, another of my favorite scenes in this episode was this sounds really gross, but when Kai-Tak and it was Kai-Tak and also Young Jae were in the bathroom, and Young Jae was like talking to this guy on the phone while he was like taking a poop, and Kai-Tak finds out that they went to the same school together,
Hmm.
and that Kai-Tak is, I'm pretty sure it was that Kai-Tak's his sunbae. And the fact that he was like, I'm your sunbae, and you've treated me like crap. What the hell? And then the guy was like, yo, give me some paper towels. Like, um, uh, young Jay was like, give me a paper towel. And so what does Kai does? He gives him one square.
Oh my god. I was like, that's funny. I like that.
I love that scene. The fact that he was like, and he gave him one square, and then he was like, "Yep, peace, I'm gone," and he ran out. The guy was like on the phone. He was like, "Yeah, you asshole! Like one piece."
Right.
That's like a worst nightmare.
So then I think it was this episode. Was it this episode where we find out that Seok-Young's husband works for like a construction company?
Yeah, I want to say yes, but I'm not. Yes, 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 yes.
Because like they wanted to like I felt really bad for her because they wanted her to use this like very deep and hurt connection just for her to get ahead because I mean after the whole conversation of you're just a woman and you're not going to get any further and you like this is where you'll be they're now asking for favors from her. I'm like F you, like that's messed up.
Yeah, yeah. No.
And I felt bad that she had to make that phone call. Like
Yeah.
who wants to talk to their ex-husband and then
Ex-husband.
go, by the way, like I need a favor. Like are you going to help me with the promotion? It's like that's not a phone call you want to be making.
No, but then again, I like the fact that she was like, "This is all business, and this is a business contract, nothing personal." And then the fact that his new his fiance, goes to the work and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna marry your husband." Like, what the fudge monkey? Like,
I was like, woman, I will reach across this table and smack
yeah,
you.
yeah. I just like I don't like the fact that like she was treating her with so disrespectful. The fact that she's like, "I'm getting married," and she's like, "This isn't this isn't a personal matter. I don't care that you're getting married to him. Congratulations. This is for like my company and this is a work thing."
Hmm.
And I just like it makes me feel so bad for her because like you can see a little bit like even though before I feel like if she didn't have her child with like have a kid and it was
Hmm.
just like in the drama it was just her, I wouldn't really be able to like sympathize with this character. But the fact that she has a child, she's a single mom, she's working hard, and she has to deal with this shit was, it makes me so mad because I'm just like, oh my goodness. Oh, and then the fact that Young Jay, of course, the person who would talk the most shit in the office, overhears the fact that they are talking and finds out that she and her husband are not married anymore, and that's his or her husband's new fiance.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it
And
causes like everybody's like, well, like they acted like she lied to them. Like it is none of their business.
it is none of their business. Because I mean it's work that I mean it has nothing to do with work and stuff like that. And then of course like Gina and Young Jae get into like this huge fight because Young Jae is trying to like gossip and shit, and Gina's like I don't blame her, and like it's none of our business, and then they just get
Hmm.
into a huge fight, and like calm down, children, calm down, children.
So
Uh,
then we have, sorry, you were gonna say something else.
no, no, go ahead.
Okay, so then we have Woojin showing up at Ho-Wan's door and basically directly asking her if there's something wrong with her. And I was like, dude, that takes guts. Like, and like not the good kind. Like, you don't go and ask someone those kinds of questions. Like, if just because he inadvertently found out doesn't necessarily mean he has the right to directly ask her. That's her business, plain and simple. And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I would feel violated if, like, even if someone inadvertently found out, like, I was really, really sick without me already telling them. Like, that's a privacy thing. That would frustrate me.
no,
So,
it would be definitely something very. Um, you can hear my dog.
Marley!
Sorry, yeah, it's my dog just was outside all day. You can hear the fact that she's just frustrated because this is her secret. And it's also very embarrassing too because I'm the type of person where I don't like attention on me. And if I was sick, and if I was like gonna die anyways, I probably wouldn't tell anyone about it, like what Hwe-Hyun did, because what's the point?
Hmm.
But like, it's just kind of like, are you hot, Missy? Sorry. It's kind of like I don't know, it's just embarrassing because she's like, she didn't want people to know, and now people know, and now she's upset, and she doesn't want another person to worry about her and stuff like that. But you're right, it did take a lot of guts for for him to go up to her and ask her point blank, "Are you sick?"
And
Um,
then to turn around and be like, well, what happens if you faint at work and blah, 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 blah. This
yeah,
is why you didn't need to know, and it is none of your concern. As long as she keeps showing up to work and doing her job, it shouldn't matter. Plain and simple.
yeah, yeah. And then you know what? The fact that, but you can tell that Woo Jin definitely cares about her because he does go to Kai-Tak and try to convince Kai-Tak to take her to the hospital and to get her checked out, even though Ho-Won's like dead set and not going to the hospital. And I just want to quickly talk about the doctor too, about how the doctor, I think he meets up with her and they go out to eat, and then he's like, "Oh no, take your friend, like invite your coworkers to come with you too." Did
Hmm.
you not think it was really weird the fact that he was like talking like they introduced themselves and the doctor was like all happy because the doctor's like, I know that you guys tried committing suicide, now you're together again. Hee hee hee. Like, stop it, dude. But the fact that he was like straight up to Kai-Tak, oh Kai-Tak, how are you feeling? Like, oh, and Kai-Tak's like, oh, my side's kind of hurting, and he's like, you should come to the hospital. Like, there was no, like, when you first met Howon, there was nothing like that where it was like straight like, hey, are you feeling okay? You should come to my hospital and check it out and stuff like that. There's nothing
Right.
like that. So my theory now is obviously that Howon's not sick. I do think Kai-Tak might be sick. Because, but we talked about this before, and you did say that he did get a full bill of health before. But I also think, like, sometimes if you don't know what you're looking for, you can't really look for it. Like, because I was talking to my friend, and he's in medical school right now, and I was like, I know. I can't do too much into these dramas, but he's in medical school right now, and I was talking to him about this drama, and I was like, yeah, but it said that he had a full bill of health, and the guy was like, well, you know what, you can like the human body is complex, and just because you're doing a checkup doesn't necessarily mean you're scanning for cancer and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
so he could be sick. What do you think, Sam?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like with this drama, it's like Hoan can't be sick because this doesn't seem like a drama where someone dies at the end. Like, that's not where it seems like it's leading up to. So, I don't know. I don't know who's sick. I mean, there's still the theory out there was another person in the hospital. So, who knows? So, I'm very confused. And it is very weird that, like, he does take a little more time with Kai-Tak, asking him how he's feeling, but he doesn't do it with Hwe-Hyun. He just kind of wants to see her. So, just
Yeah.
and the doctor's sketchy to me anyway. And I wonder who did their physical. And maybe the doctor himself did the physical and like falsified medical documents to make him think that he's okay.
Maybe. Or
Which
maybe he was just talking about a new book idea. Because I do that at work all the time. I'm like, I have this book idea. Blah, 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 blah. You never know. We don't know. But I hope at the end of the drama, because what we have. What episode are we on?
9.
9, but I know, but. Oh, 11, 12. We have like, what, 4 more episodes left? That need to be aired. And so
7.
I hope. The
9 plus 7 is 16.
I know, but I'm not counting the ones that are already aired. I'm counting the ones like in the next 2 weeks ish, right?
Yeah, because like after today, we're on episode 12. Yeah, so we have 2 more weeks left.
Yeah, so I'm hoping in those 2 weeks we figure out it's complete. Like we figure out what the whole conversation was about. I hope it's not the fact that we get to the end of the series and it's like, oh, let's just wipe under the rug that someone is seriously sick. Because I'm like, they just, like, or at least just give us some type of insight of why he said that. Because that's a whole, it's not like something that you can just be like, oh, this happened and then change it around next second. Mm-hmm. It's like the whole premise of the drama is that she's sick. So right. I really hope that they don't brush it under the rug and they're able to like give us proper closure. And also, I hope that we can get a kiss soon. I haven't watched the last 2 episodes that were aired, episode 11 and 12 yet. So I'm praying to the sweet Lord that someone gets kissed. Right. I will volunteer to kiss Hoya. I'm just kidding.
I don't think anybody's getting kissed till like episode 15 or 16. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We'll maybe get it like toward the end of like episode 16. I hope. If we have another Missing 9 debacle, I am just going to check my computer and I'm never watching another K-drama again. I say.
Yes. King-Ho goes to Woo-jin after they all figure out that Woo-jin's the one that picked up the phone, and he tells Woo-jin, like, hey, I basically know that you picked up the phone, but can you fire her off until she quits or something like that, because he, I think, fire him to the quits. Yeah, I saw it somewhere in my notes. Sorry. And he doesn't want him to fire Hwe-Hyun. He's asking Woo-jin to kind of like let her leave on her own kind of thing, which is something I think Hwe-Hyun's already decided that she's gonna leave in a while. But anyway, she gets to work and she's already like, she's not, I don't even think she's late, but I guess she is late.
No, she was on time.
Because
there was only a couple people there. They were just 2 people talking.
Well, because Young Jae's like, you know what? You are the
youngest,
and you are a contractor, so you need to show up wicked early. And he's like scolding her, and she's just sitting there smiling because she doesn't want, like, she's like, you know what? These are my last couple days here. I'm not gonna be upset because I'm gonna be leaving. And then so then they go, Woo-jin and also Gina go back into not Woo-jin, I'm sorry. Young Jae and Gina go back into a conversation that they've been talking about. And they've been talking about how a couple employees and a contractor were in an accident and they were hospitalized. And they're talking about how they think the contractor should quit because they won't be able to like work at all since after the accident. But then they were also talking about what they should give to like the permanent employee, like what kind of money to give them, and the fact that they're coming back and they should do this and this. And Hwe-Hyun just snaps because she's like, why is it that like a contractor's life isn't the same as a person who's a permanent employee there? And,
right.
And My favorite part though was when Gina turned around and she's like, "This is why I'm scared to come to work because this girl's flipping crazy." I was thinking the exact same thing though, because Hwe-Hyun always has these moments where she just builds it up and she explodes. There's no like, "Hey, this is bothering me." There's like, boom, I exploded.
Yeah, I know. She kind of like goes from 0 to 100 like super fast. And
Yeah,
now only Woojin, Kang-ho, Kai-tak, and herself know that she's sick. And so like this comes out of like nowhere,
yeah.
basically.
Exactly. And so everyone's like, what is going on? So she throws down her bag. She quits. She walks out. As she's walking out, she goes into the lobby. Woojin sees her crying. And then all of a sudden, Hwan, like, basically falls over in pain and passes out. And Woojin brings her to the hospital. And as he's going through the hospital door, the doctor turns around and stares at him. And that's the end of the episode. Basically what happened. I like, do you want to talk about the episode, Sam, or do you want me to talk about the episode? Like, what I liked and what I disliked?
Okay, so I like the fact that Woojin knows what's going on. Now, kind of. Sort of. Um, I'm upset that, like, I don't know. I don't know why. Ugh, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just upset that it's like she, I mean, she's passed out now, but like she does have a point. It's like, why are the contractors' lives not as important as the permanent employees? For the time being, they are employees of this company, and they should be treated as such until their contract ends. They're getting paid. They're doing the same work, more or less. I mean, why? Ugh, it just frustrates me. It's like, I get they're temps, but they're still a part of your team until they leave. And that just frustrates me.
Yeah. No, I can get that because they're doing the same work that people who are not contractors are doing. Um, Maybe they're even working harder because I know that for a fact Young Jae doesn't do shit was.
Oh, I know, right?
But in this episode, I love the fact that that Kai-tak and Kang-ho came together and kind of had Hwan's back, even though Kai-tak's the one who kind of let it out that she was sick. I like the fact that they definitely became friends, and I can definitely see that after she leaves or whoever quits, they will still remain friends. And I feel like that's something that we miss in Korean dramas a lot is
Mm.
friendship, because like I feel like a lot of times, at least yeah, a lot of times they're romantic because I would label this a rom com. I feel like is mostly focused on the guy and the girl, and then there's like 2% of like friendship usually. It's
Mm.
mostly about her and guys and stuff like that. And I like the fact that it's not just focused around her. It's focused around Kang Ho and Kai Tak and their stories, and it's focused around their friendship. I do like the fact that the romance in it it wasn't like what I didn't want. It wasn't the fact that this drama, like, because I know some Korean dramas where they start off and they're like, second episode, bang, you're in love. He loves
Right.
you. But in this drama, it felt very like,
It's very natural moving. It's not
yeah,
like forced, which is nice. And it's like the emotions are real. So like my absolute favorite part was when they were at her school and she saw her son Bae and everything. And like Kang Ho, or not Kang Ho, Woojin was like super jealous, and it's like, dude, you need to say something, or you have no right to be having these feelings. So, or at least to freak out on her because of him. Like,
yeah.
you need to calm down.
Down. Yeah, no, I love the school thing too because I like the fact that we got to know a little bit more about her school life and stuff like that. And I just like I don't know, I like this series. Although sometimes it can be slow, I do definitely enjoy this series. And is there anything else you want to add, Sam? Oh wait, I also think that Kai Tech's sick. That's all the only thing I have to add. But Sam,
Uh, no, I'm pretty okay.
okay, well, we hope you guys enjoyed this discussion video. Da da da. And we will see you guys next time. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, 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 bye,
Bye.
bye. You just sound like you burped.
Bye.
Ah. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please feel free to give it a like. If you would like, you can subscribe to our channel. And if you want to check out our last week's discussion video, click somewhere on the screen because it'll be somewhere up here. And we will see you guys next time. Okay, bye. Not really bye, but bye.